Hey everyone, this is Davis over at Con Freaks and Geeks, and I am currently talking to the team of extraterrestrial hunters who travel place to place and tries to find answers of the unexplained. This group has have been hunting ghosts for years and is back with a new series called Ghost Brothers Lights Out on Discovery Plus. I am currently speaking to Dalen and Juwan. How are y'all doing today?
Man, doing wonderful. Wonderful.
Doing great, doing great. Thank you for that intro, man. Extraterrestrial hunters.
Yeah, you got to keep it real though. I mean, that's how it normally goes. So that's all
Yeah.
good. It's all good. It's great. It's great. Well, and I'm sure you get this question literally all the time when you talk about Ghost Brothers. But so I'm just gonna get this out the way first. What got you into ghost hunting?
The story isn't as exciting as most people think because it literally came from me and Juwan being roommates at the time. We're fresh out of college, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night one night, and one of those ghost hunting shows were on television, and I just didn't see anybody that looked like myself on these shows. And representation matters, as we all know. So I remember just running to Juwan's room, like, "Hey, bro, man, I think we should hunt ghosts."
Mind you, it was 3 a.m., Deb. It was 3 a.m.
3 a.m. And that might not have been the brightest idea at that time, but it turned out to be a really great one because here we are 5 years later, man, and we've been blessed with the opportunity to be television's first Black paranormal investigator.
Oh, that is, let's see that. I mean, that's you make it sound like it's not interesting, but I think it's a story like that.
No. It's very we're similar to, we call ourselves the Jackie Robinsons of paranormal investigating.
We're pioneers. We're pioneers.
Last week we were compared to the Obamas, so we take this serious.
Barack specifically. But it's wild because when the idea was birthed in 2011, it took like 5 years before it actually came to fruition. So in that sense, it's a little different. It's a little unique. If somebody were to tell you that your wildest dreams are going to come true, but you got to wait 5 years, are you going to have that patience?
That's very true. That's definitely very true. I mean, what I love, I mean, I've seen your show before in the past, and was when I heard that y'all were definitely y'all are coming back with this new show. I was like, oh, that's awesome, because what I really loved about your show was what you said, Dalen, was the representation, because you don't see a lot of a lot of Black folks to be doing what you're doing, and what I think what makes y'all show even kind of springs out than the others for me is the humor that y'all bring into it too, which is hilarious, because y'all trios, because I know we don't have Marcus with y'all this time, but when all three just kind of go, it's really cool magic, and that's what makes it super special. So it's really awesome to see that y'all are real good things and stuff are happening for you. So I really appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate that, man. People always speak on our chemistry, but I honestly, it's only because we're genuinely best friends. We all been friends for 17 years now. So it's not like it's one of these shows on television where you pick a person from over here, a person from over there, and make a cast. Now you have to force these relationships and da 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 da. Nah, if Ghost Brothers wasn't going on, we would still be kicking it at each other's mama house for holidays and hanging out with family. This ain't going nowhere.
That's so awesome. And you've helped a lot of families, I mean, with in y'all show, and to get answers to the unexplainable situations in their homes. I mean, overall, how do you help them find the answers?
Man, honestly, that was one of our most remarkable projects we did, dealing with these different families. We were able to offer some paranormal resolve, maybe even some clarity, sometimes some comfort. A lot of times people just want to be heard and understood, right? They just want to know that, for lack of a better word, they're not crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we would bring in our investigative tactics, and we would offer our sense of understanding, compassion, and the levity that we spoke of earlier, just to offer some lightheartedness to some tough situations that these people were dealing with. And if it was too much for us to handle, we'd bring in some help, maybe with somebody to cleanse the place, maybe a medium or somebody to handle some of the tougher situations that we were dealing with.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's really cool. And y'all have traveled to so many different places like hunting ghosts, like what would you say would be one of the like creepiest cases or places that you've encountered so far in your journey?
I know for me, I really enjoyed the story behind the Allen House in Monticello, Arkansas. It was cool because we were able to meet the mayor. We were able to, hang out with the townspeople. We were able to spend time with this family who was living in this haunted house. But it wasn't like they were afraid. They were dealing with doppelgangers. So doppelgangers is essentially seeing like the evil version of yourself. So
Mhm.
imagine you walk into your house and you see your wife in the kitchen and you yell, "Hey, love," but you turn around because your wife actually is behind you,
Oh
tapping
my
you on the shoulder. That type of crazy, mind blowing experiences. So that place was really creepy. Really,
oh, my,
really.
oh man, what about for you, Juwan?
Man, one of the scariest places would have to be the House of Wills in Cleveland, Ohio. And that was just, I guess you can call it the devil's playground, man. It's led by the leader of the satanic movement in Cleveland.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna try and breeze by it, but like you caught it. Yeah, it's real heavy, man. It's one of the darkest locations we've probably been through. And it really tried us as a trio from an investigative standpoint, because that was the first time all three of us didn't go into the investigation initially. Marcus had some reservations, and he stuck with like, his intuition was like, yo, I just really don't feel comfortable going in. So that investigation started with just Dalen and I. And so like that right there already puts a strain on the investigation because you don't have all three of your people with you. I mean, all your people with you. But like that was one of the most terrifying locations for sure.
The
Oh
House
my
of Will was definitely crazy. I think the craziest part about that place was it's literally in the middle of the hood in Cleveland. So you have
God.
this man running this satanic church in the middle of the hood in Cleveland. We asked him, like, what are your plans with this place? He was like, I just want a safe place for the kids in the community to be able to come to. Hey, man, ain't no black mama finna let their kids come up in this devil church. They
That
don't
ought
want
to be
that
a
place.
community outreach center, bro. Like you got to do some renovations before we can have that conversation.
See,
It
there's
can't
already
be devil church no more. It got to be God church.
We
exactly. It's like
got
there's like two different negatives. It's like, okay, the one negative is the fact that it's haunted. The second is the fact that it's a satanic church. But then
Right.
if you take care of the exorcism, you got one more negative to take care of,
got one more.
Got to fight the big boss after that.
Exactly. Oh my God. And it's an outreach center?
He
Oh
wants
my
it to be that for kids in the
Once,
community.
yep.
that that's like a whole different lesson of the questions I don't even want to deal with, but okay. All right. And what is like overall, like what is it that fascinates you in the world of ghost hunting? Like what gives you that great drive in like to do what you do?
I think for me, it's so me and Juwan pledged a fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And when pledging, they always tell you you can't fear the unknown. So you can't fear what you don't know. And I feel like this whole situation that we are doing with ghost hunting is allowing us to probe the unknown literally every single day. Like there's no right, there's no wrong. We're literally with our best friends and we're asking questions. And what I've found since doing this project is that I don't know what is after this, but I do know for a fact that there is something after this. And to me, that's enough to keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. What about for you, Juwan?
I like to say that I enjoy the fact that I'm learning something new every time. It's never like I'm going to work and no day is the same.
Mm,
And like you can always, I always just feel like that's a great test to like your growth as just a human being in general. Like if you can learn something new every day, you can really kind of build that wisdom. But like I think that's the overall scope of like this paranormal journey, is learning something new every day. But from just the paranormal aspect, like I think it's evolving my understanding of the spiritual world. To Dalen's point, I didn't know what happens after death, right? I think we were
mm,
always taught that there's this heaven or there's a hell, and now you're like, I don't know what there is, but I know there's something, and I know I'm dealing with the spirits that may be, I guess, transitioning to whatever that something may be, and that's really intriguing.
Yeah, that is very intriguing. I totally agree. And between the three of you, like who it would be the one you would most likely say, okay, I'm out. Like I'm done. I don't even want to deal like if the like if there's a case that you're doing and then you're just like, this is just too freaky for me to even deal with because like because some of the shows I've seen, I'm like, there's no way in hell I will set foot in this place like in this place in this scenario. But like if you have to say between the three of you, like who had that fight or flight kind of risk when it comes to those kind of to that situation.
I would say Marcus. I feel like Marcus has I, I really don't know any better way to put it. Maybe his morals are a little bit stronger than mine, but he's the one that'll be like, the devil. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with my spirit. I'm not going in there. Me, I'll be like, the devil. He's in there. Let me go see.
It's like, what does he look like? You know,
Right.
that kind of situation, the curiosity. Oh, that's pretty funny. You know what?
I would have to agree, honestly, because I found myself in some really interesting scenarios, standing shoulder to shoulder with Dalen, and like I think it's just for myself personally, like it's the correct. I may still be scared, but it's the courage factor, right? Like let's just forge forward if we can. You know
Oh,
what I
very
mean?
much so. Yeah. Well, like, it's kind of funny. Like, it's kind of interesting though, because like, well, first of all, I'm not surprised that y'all said Marcus because I was thinking y'all probably gonna say Marcus, I was like interested too, like when y'all bring like every time when y'all have the synopsis of what y'all are planning on doing and stuff, and just the equipment that's involved that y'all bring out just to to kind of gauge and stuff like of like and sense and things. I was kind of wondering like what is it that you're specifically like overall looking for when you do when you do that kind of thing, when you bring the heavy machinery out, and like is there like a favorite, do you have like a favorite tool that you normally like to use when you do these investigations?
Yeah. So for me, I like anything visual. So like the SLS camera, the structured light sensor camera, which essentially just shows the stick figures of any anomaly that's in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a lot of flack, or we used to, about using like apps on the phone for like spirit boxes and stuff like that, the Ovilus. But my thing is, don't really worry about the piece of equipment that you're using,
Mm-hmm.
but the timeliness of the responses that you're getting. Because you can take a regular flashlight and have it teetering on. Hey, if there's a spirit in here, can you cut it on? If that light cuts on right then, okay, can you cut it off? If it cuts off right then on command, you got to
Mm-hmm.
start questioning stuff. Who is listening to you in this atmosphere? So anything can be used as an equipment, even like I said, something as small as a flashlight or as large as an SLS camera.
Wow,
You're you're the best equipment one can say you have is yourself, right? You're gonna be the biggest tool because you're gonna know once you walk into anything, you can feel energy shifts. You know how you feel, like if the hairs on your arm stand up, like are you getting scared? So like yourself is like the biggest tool, investigative tool you can use. But we got to break out, like you said, the big guns. We got to go and pop the trunk on them because you want to make sure that you can have something that will confirm said emotions or said energy that you're feeling. Dalen said the SLS, that's awesome. Like that's a great piece of equipment. Like it offers that visual. I like things like the Ovilus or even a spirit box because now you can get the auditory responses, right? So now you're getting voices as opposed in addition to the visual, right? So now we're really building a case.
mm. Oh, that's really fascinating. And and now with the new season of Ghost Brothers called Lights Out, what should we be like expecting on this upcoming season? Like what is there any kind of teasers that you could bring to let us know what to expect?
Yeah, this Ghost Brothers Lights Out takes us back to our roots, like the original Ghost Brothers, us going back to these crazy locations and hunting these spirits. But the kicker is Juwan and Marcus don't know anything about the locations that they're going into. And I have a little bit of information in my back pocket. So Juwan and Marcus go in without me. And if they get any hits from information from their investigation, they bring it back out and we compare it to the notes that I already had. So
Mhm.
that way we can kind of prove if spirits are really in there. Because like I said, they know nothing about the location. They don't even know, literally up until us getting to the city that we're in, they don't know where we're going at that time or anything like that.
Oh wow, that is that is a really really good idea. I
Right?
would love I would love to see the reactions of that. That oh, I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Juwan?
No, I mean, you seem to be extremely amused by the fact that like I'm going into these dark places blind.
Man, everyone loves these like first time, like like these like reactions and stuff like that. Let alone, it's
So
not like, everyone like to
absolutely,
see a good car accident.
Right? It's so they're like,
absolutely.
are we in Pensacola, Florida? Yes, we are, guys. Yes, we are.
Oh man, so I'm definitely loving it, loving it, looking forward to it and stuff. So that's cool. And just what I'm just kind of wondering, like, have y'all ever done like like abandoned like hospitals or jails or anything like that before? Like have y'all ever scoped out? Like I haven't seen one episode of that.
I mean, first season, I think second season of Ghost Brothers, we did Old City Jail in South Carolina, in Charleston, South Carolina. But this new season, Ghost Brothers Lights Out, we hit a jail, we hit an asylum, we hit
Oh my god.
a old aircraft carrier, like Dalen just mentioned. We hit the Pensacola Lighthouse, but we got some good locations for you this go around.
I
Oh
tell
my
people all
god.
the time, man. I have been to more jails since Hunting Ghosts than I have in my life combined.
I'm sure if you had to choose, you'd much rather go this route than the other one.
Hey, well, hey, it's been some crazy experiences we done had in some of these jails, man. So I don't know which one might be better.
Oh my god. Okay. That I just imagine. Oh my, I'm gonna have to watch some of the older
Listen,
stuff though.
we
But
make out alive, obviously.
yes, spoiler alert. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Jalen, Juwan, thank you so much for answering my questions. I really appreciate it. Guys, definitely check out Ghost Brothers Lights Out on Discovery Plus. You are definitely going to be missing out if you do not. It's a real good time. So guys, thank you for checking it out. Y'all take it easy.